the unofficial BSHL Senior Hockey League podcast. I'm your host, Cory. I'm joined by my co-host, Cory.
Good day, everybody.
We had a busy weekend, Cory. It was a good time.
Very busy. You had a little bit busier time than us. I skipped Saturday's game because I had a long day before that going to Miramichi, and before that it was shoveling, and on Saturday I was pooped.
He's a pansy, is what he's telling you, folks.
I'm a pansy, yeah.
He's like,
yes, sir, boss.
He's like, screw you. No, I went out to Saturday's game. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Let's get right into the games, Cory. Friday night,
we were at this game. Spring Hill beat Miramichi 1-0. The sole goal in this game, Rene George. You had an interesting interview with him after the game. Parker Dagan, 1 assist, and someone that might be giving Alex Collette a little bit of a run for his money as far as in the net. This was just the first game we saw of him, but Brandon Hope, you talk about giving a team hope. There you go.
Yeah, man, he looked really good in net. Vautour looked good too, though, on the other side.
Both looked fantastic. Vautour's a great goalie. Great last name, great family that he's a part of, all that good stuff.
He's he never disappoints for sure. He had a good game against Spring Hill. Spring Hill was not playing with a full roster.
No. They were down, I believe, 13 or 14.
Yeah, and they only had 4 D-men.
Yeah.
So Parker and Artie Chisholm were both like double shifting for the most part. It was still a good effort by the coal miners. I'm shocked they came out with a shutout.
With the way they played, I'm not shocked. I'm a little shocked for Miramichi. But Parker Dagan, this guy now owns the coal miners, and you can tell this guy is putting his everything. He was the most noticeable player on the ice.
Yeah, he had a great game on Friday night. I agree with you on that. Yeah. Rene George, nice goal. I like Rene George a lot. I've always enjoyed watching him play.
Listening to the interview you did with him after the game, this guy loves what he does. He loves the people of Spring Hill. He loves to win. He loves to score goals. That's a face of the franchise guy right there.
Yeah, I agree with you. Hard not to make the face of your franchise Brandon Hope with a showing like that, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into spoilers on what we're going to do later, but I looked at Cory and I'm like, that Brandon Hope, got to remember that name for the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. He had a hell of a night.
Yeah.
I love Miramichi. I love that rink. I just love the people. It's always fun.
I tried their hot dog on your recommendation, and sorry, Bucktoosh, you've lost first place in hot dogs. Miramichi has you beat.
Miramichi's got a heck of a good hot dog. It's not too bad.
So good. Cheryl kept telling us it tastes like the Costco hot dogs. I've never had the Costco hot dog. I really can't stand going to Costco, so I've never had the Costco hot dog. But the Miramichi hot dog is the best hot dog I've had.
Yeah, it's a solid dog. It was good food. But yeah, no, just a great game, great people, and I don't know. I love getting to Miramichi games. And North Mirror, a fun team to watch, and Spring Hill's always a fun team to watch. Talking about Miramichi, Saturday I made the trip down to River Valley, so let's talk about that one.
Before we go to River Valley, I'm going to mention here, we got to meet Roxanne Merle Young.
Yeah, that was great.
Fantastic lady, just a wonderful, wonderful person. Really enjoyed our conversation with her, had a selfie with her, and then she told Cory something that once the weekend was over, it really made me think. She was like, you cursed us for the weekend because you picked us. The coin flip gave Cory both Miramichi, and in River Valley, Miramichi fell once again. River Valley beat Miramichi 9-0. Miramichi gets shut out 2 nights straight, gives up 10 goals, and in the standings, spoiler alert, they have fallen 3 spots. Goals in this game, Adam Crow, 1 goal, 4 points. Peter Traynor, 2 goals, 3 points. David Brewer, 1 goal, 2 points. Kennedy Robbins, 1 goal, 2 points. John Hardy, 2 assists. And the way that the website wrote his name, Chauncey O question mark Tool? Chauncey O'Toole, 2 assists. They put a question mark behind the O. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's something weird with the coding and not getting the apostrophes right. You also wrote down Kenny Robinson's name wrong, but that's just your handwriting, I bet. Probably scribbled it down real quick.
Yeah.
That's a Cory thing. Not this Cory. That's only Cory's with the E. Yeah. So you stayed home this game. You were really tired Friday night. Like, we were watching the Miramichi game, and it wasn't a bad game by any means, but I looked over and Cory was like almost falling asleep next to me, which good thing he didn't, because back to the Miramichi game for a second, there was a puck that flew so close over my head. If I had hair, it might have taken it. I definitely don't have hair, so we were fine. It was close, man. That puck was zipping.
It went over your head, hit the back wall. After hitting the back wall, it hit the back of my seat because I felt it vibrating. And I think the puck landed underneath my seat. I didn't check to go see if it was there or not. But yeah, when you hear that, and yeah, scary stuff. Nobody got
Cory up a little bit. It woke Cory up. The guys behind us got out of the way in time too. So everyone, there was no casualties, but it's a dangerous game sometimes, man.
Yeah.
So back to Miramichi and River Valley. Miramichi was extremely shorthanded in this game.
Yeah, and Brett Young went down with an injury, a very brutal looking, not a dirty hit, just slipped on the ice and went into the boards. Don't know if there was any update on him. Hopefully he's fine. I don't know. You'll get some nights that it just doesn't go in your favor. River Valley capitalized on that against Miramichi. Miramichi will be fine. This was just 2 bad nights, a back-to-back. That's it. They played great on Friday night. They were shorthanded on Saturday night, and they were even more shorthanded just a few minutes into the first period. So, it happens. Miramichi fans, don't panic. They will be perfectly fine.
I agree with that. I think you're missing most of your team Saturday night. It was a rough game in River Valley too. There was a couple of really, some decent fights. Nick Foran, so important to the team. When he's not there, you see the difference. He's a guy who rallies his team, gets them going.
Yeah.
So it would be great to have him back. Hopefully this weekend. Good weekend though. Good games and a lot of fun. I went to the game on Saturday with my mom. My mom started to really dig this freaking league. She's loving it. So she came out with me on Saturday night, went to the game, took some notes for me so I could edit video easier. And if you want to see any highlights from any of these games, everything's on our YouTube channel now. So I just threw the clips up for both games. Go check that out. But yeah, man, River Valley is really something to talk about. They've turned it around, and now they're kind of a force to be reckoned with.
Any team in this league has talent. It's some nights is who wants it more. And I think River Valley, a lot of people peg them as a bottom team. And I think that just lit a fire in their ass and they're like, oh yeah, watch us. When you got guys on the ice just cruising and beating the piss out of people, it's going to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I enjoyed the game though. It was fun. And the entire weekend, I just kept saying, I can't wait for that Sunday night game in Bactouche. I was wired for it. Before we get to that, let's talk about Tracadie and Dalhousie.
So, Tracadie beat Dalhousie 3-2. Goals in that game, Nicholas Richards, 2 goals, 3 points. Lucien Carl Saunier, 1 goal, 2 points. Those were the goals for Tracadie. Dalhousie, I'm going to botch this name up. Frederic Castonguay.
There it is. You got
it. There you go. 1 goal. And Pascal Valcourt, 1 goal. Close game. I think Tracadie just decided that we're winning. Simple as that.
Yep. Good team. it happens, man. Tracky. I heard that Charles Austin had a phenomenal night in net.
Yeah, I'm not shocked at that at all. Great goalie. He's an underrated goalie, I feel we're always talking about Colette, and we're always buttering up Colette. I think Charles Austin is a very close to Colette. I think he might be the second best goalie in the league. And I think he could give a run to Colette for best goalie in the league.
Yeah, depending the night. I mean, you're playing against Dalhousie, who there were a couple of guys short, but still, they always have a hell of a lineup. Those are guys that go out to win. Now you've got another loss for Dalhousie. I think they've lost 3 in a row right now. Two to River Valley, and this one. So they went from 8-2 to 8-5, or 11-2 to 11-5. 11-2 to 11-5.
11-4-1.
11-4-1. Yeah, they lost in overtime to River Valley.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, a little bit of a hiccup for Dalhousie. I don't think that's like, I was talking with my sister about this, and I was like, I still think Dalhousie's the favorite to win the league. That's a phenomenal team. They've lost a couple of games. They're playing Shippagan in the next few games. Those are going to be huge for Shippagan and for Dalhousie.
Absolutely.
Because the standings are extremely close. So if Dalhousie wins both games against Shippagan, it's almost a guarantee that we're going to see Dalhousie Shippagan in the first round.
Yeah. Every week, it seems like they stay close to each other. I think it's almost written by now that that's going to be the first round matchup. And I think that's one for us that's going to be frustrating because you don't want to miss one of those games. It's going to give you gold every single time. But the mileage is there and all that is going to be very difficult. I'm sure we're going to find a way to make it work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to be exhausted and we'll be driving around the province like maniacs. Hopefully the snow can hold off for us.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a great first round matchup if that happens.
Mm-hmm. Selfishly, I want to see that first round match. Yeah.
Selfishly, you want to see that. I get that. Selfishly, I don't care what round it is, but I really want to see River Valley and Dalhousie. I'll somehow make it to every game.
Oh yeah, same here.
I'll be working from the hotel in Dalhousie or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that one's a must.
Last game of the weekend.
Bucktouche beat Elsie Puck Duck. Bucktouche got the victory 5-3. Some of the scores from Bucktouche. Logan Timmins, here he is again. Probably their best forward.
Yeah.
1 goal, 2 points. Sylvain Richard, 1 goal. Thomas Mansbridge, 1 goal. Justin Leblanc, 1 goal. Yannick Béliveau, 1 goal. Jeremy Hanna, 2 assists. And from Elsie, Trey Lewis with 1 goal. Isaiah Francis with 1 goal. And Brett Bernard with 1 goal.
Good game.
Very good game. I really enjoyed this game. Bucktouche had a little bit more people there. A lot of Hawks fans.
Solid crowd in Bucktouche. Yeah, crowd. Both sides were really kind of full. It was nice to see.
Maybe like right before warm-ups, God, I was looking around. I'm like, God, I was really hoping there would be a little bit more people, but it filled up slowly but surely. You live streamed that game, and I wasn't expecting to work the camera, and I ended up working the camera pretty much most of the game.
Yep.
Hopefully, if you watch it, hopefully I did a good job. I think Cory asked me this morning that's going to be. He didn't ask me. He told me. He's like, "That's going to be a job."
You're better at it than I am, man. I mean, I'll run the computer stuff, and you can run the camera. We'll figure it out. But
I had fun. We had our buddy Seb with us, screaming, Wayne Gletsky, and I don't know how many people texted us. Who's Wayne Gletsky?
Man, at one point, even I was like, Seb, just stop. My God, you're loud. He's hilarious. The kid has a good time. He doesn't come with us, but he always finds his way over to wherever we're standing.
I enjoy hanging out with him.
Yeah, he's a good Hawks fan. He's a good kid. Yeah. We saw a lot of people, man. And Bucktouche was a pretty good time. What did you think of that game? What did you think of the JCs?
JCs looked really good. They're finding their legs. The league is a better place when the JCs are good.
Yeah.
And the Hawks didn't look bad either. I think they were missing Robbie Graham, you said?
Yeah, Robbie Graham wasn't there, and that's a big piece.
That's a very big piece. The JCs got Sullivan Cullen back, which was, I've said it since the beginning, he's the spark of the JCs, and really is like 5-3 win. Successful, I guess.
Yeah, people mock Cullen and whatever, not the most skillful player in the league. Hell of a team player, though.
Hell yeah. He had a fight with Sawyer Hanna that really got the place rocking. And once it was over, Cullen got up, threw his hands up. Let's go. Come on, come on. Hey, who's to argue with success? They rallied. They got the win. I can't say much better things right now about the JCs. They got the win. They beat the Hawks. The regular season series has been tied.
Yep, split 2-2. Technically 2 wins in No, you know what? Both teams won 1 in overtime, so it's literally 1-1-1-1.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That's a rivalry right there.
Yeah, it's a great rivalry, man. Cullen, it's the energy he brings on the bench. He's always yelling and getting his guys kind of hyped up. Gets out there, lays some hits. Never scared to drop the gloves with anybody. Drops them with Sawyer. Sawyer definitely won that fight, but Sawyer is a pretty tough customer. I would not want to fight Sawyer Hanna. So, I'm
not a tough man. I've said that more times than I care to repeat. But hey, man, you got to call a spade. I'm not a tough man. I would rather jump off a bridge than go fight Sawyer Hanna or Sullivan Cullen. I have better things to do than to eat right hands.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. I think those are 2 tough guys. It was a pretty good fight, though. It was a great game.
Absolutely.
The Hawks looked like they were going to come back there.
Yeah, they came within 1 goal, and then Buck2 scored an empty netter. Hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Great game. Both teams played their hearts out. It's like you always say, the real season starts in February.
Crowd was really loud, though.
Absolutely.
When LC scored that goal to come within 1, man, the LC side was going crazy. And then when the JCs scored that empty netter, the crowd was loud, and then the crowd got up and left because everybody wanted to try to get home ahead of anybody else. But great game.
Yeah, very great game. Just a few funny stories from Buck2. So Cory asked me, Cory started writing notes, like a big hit, write the time, a score, write the time, things like that. So I was like, sure, no problem. And all of a sudden Cheryl comes up. She's like, where's the book? I'm like, here, I'm going to write the scores. Oh, you're going to write them? Because Mom wanted to write them. So I'm like, your mom wants to write them? She's like, yeah, she really enjoyed it. So the 5th member of the BSHL podcast is Mama Robichaud.
My mom. Yeah. Well, she came to River Valley. I was shooting all the video, and she was like, can I help you with something? And I'm like, if you just hold the notepad, because it makes it a lot easier to edit down those videos if we shoot the clock really quick before the play starts, and then just mark down what time in the game there was a hit or a goal or whatever, something interesting that happened. And it turns it from taking, 3 or 4 hours to cut down a video to taking, maybe a couple hours, or shaves a little bit of time, and to make sure you don't miss anything. So it was a good habit. Apparently my mom likes doing it. She's pretty good at it. So right on. I don't know. I keep trying to find jobs, and I just hand them off to other people. I'm pretty good at it, apparently.
Yeah. One more thing from Buck2. We got there a little early to set up. I went there just to give a helping hand to Cory. And Cory was like, are you getting something to eat? I'm like, yeah, I'm planning on getting a poutine. I've never tried the poutine here. So Cory's like, get me a cheeseburger platter poutine style. So like, all right. And I'm like, that sounds good. And I saw someone with little tiny poutine. I was like, all right, that's eatable for me. So, and I'm like, I'll take the same thing. I get back, it's this huge friggin' plate of poutine and a burger on top of that. I'm like, I have bitten off more than I can chew.
It was a lot of food, dude. You know who threw me off yesterday was Seb. So Seb gets to the rink, goes and picks himself up popcorn chicken poutine, the Bucktouche classic, of course. Gets the popcorn chicken poutine, then he disappears, comes back with like a burger and a fry. I'm like, where do you put all this food? This kid's like 120 pounds.
Seb's a great guy. He's an entertaining dude, funny as hell. Just a teenager right now.
Loves the Hawks.
Loves the Hawks. He's so funny. He's so fun to be around. His parents are two great people. They come up to us and they're like, how's he doing? And we tell them his adventures and they just laugh. They find it so hilarious. But Seb's almost like our mascot at the Hawks games.
He's one of the Hawks fans that are, he's funny to be around at games, man. I love having him there.
Yeah.
He's, every now and then I got to take a step away. I'm like, man, you're loud. I need to like rest my ears. We were also hanging out with Foster at the game.
Yeah.
Shout out to Foster. He goes and he'll do video for a lot of the Hawks games and he does some play-by-play. And he's just such a nice man.
Yeah.
So, shout out to you, Foster. We loved being there with you. We loved standing next to you last night. I guess we're recording this Monday, so it was last night. It's just nice to talk with him. We were with him for, probably 4 or 5 hours, and he's just a very generous, very kind man. So
just a fantastic person. Foster's just, I don't know. He was doing the radio for Elsie. He was doing play-by-play for the game, and I couldn't help but listen. The guy's talented. To keep his eyes on the ice and just be talking into his computer. I don't know. This guy's just, he's a legend in my opinion.
Yeah, and he does the play-by-play Mi'kmaq, and it's just, I don't know, it's beautiful to listen to, man. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And, he's just such a nice guy. I'm a big fan.
Big shout out to Foster.
Yeah, man. Thank you for spending the game with us.
Yeah, it was fun. It was very fun.
Let's move to the next part, Cory. We've got a couple more things to do tonight.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
Game of the week.
All right.
So what is your game of the week?
My game of the week was Hawks JCs.
I agree. The Hawks JCs were the game of the week. I think it was back and forth. Tarakadi and Dalhousie was close. That was a close second. And even the third period of Spring Hill and Miramichi. I find that Spring Hill and Miramichi was very slow in the beginning, but really picked up at the end there.
Yeah.
But to me, Bucktouche and Elsie, they just can't disappoint, and they don't. So that's my game of the week.
Had I been at the Trackety Dalhousie game, I might have said that was the game of the week because it looks like it was a really good game. But the Hawks JCs kind of went back and forth, and there was that really good fight and hard hits. It's just a great game. Yeah.
So next up is Player of the Week.
My Player of the Week is probably Brandon Hope.
He is my Player of the Week as well. Brandon Hope opened my eyes to someone in Spring Hill that is a brick wall. He had a flow to him, just like another goalie in this league. He's suave in net.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked very calm. Just made a lot of saves, but didn't let out a lot of rebounds, which was a big thing that I noticed.
Yeah.
Was really quick to pounce on those rebounds, which helps, especially with Miramichi, where you have those guys, the Kennedy Gallants who are out in front of the net, not scared to get into those dirty areas and try to get some goals. You can't drop a rebound around Kennedy Gallant. He's going to chip that in. And Brandon Hope didn't. So
in Miramichi, we also talked with Connor Smith, GM of the Spring Hill Coal Miners, and I did not talk hockey with him. I talked about Japanese wrestling for like a half hour with him. So Connor Smith, shout out to you as well.
Yeah, we're going to be talking with Connor maybe later this week, I think, on the podcast. He's coming on to talk roster lock and discuss the coal miners a little bit. If we can get him to focus on that and not talk about Japanese wrestling, that'll be great. We'll see how it goes. I'll try to keep them in line, folks. Yeah, man, it's been another good week. We've got 2 more weekends before the playoffs. So literally in 2 weeks, we'll be able to tell you on this Tuesday episode what the first round matchups are. If the first round matchup started today, we would have Dalhousie and Ship again.
Yes, we would. We would have River Valley and Spring Hill.
Phenomenal sounding matchup.
Tracadie and Bucktouche.
And then my freaking matchup that I don't think I'd be able to wait to see.
Miramichi and Elsie.
Man, those teams, I can't wait for Sunday. If you've got nothing to do Sunday, if you have something to do Sunday, cancel your plans. Get to the Kent North Arena. It's going to be the Elspectog Hawks against the Miramichi Northmen. Last game was phenomenal. It was rough. It was chippy. Don't miss a chance to see Nick Foran. Nick Foran's always going to entertain you. Don't miss a chance to see Alex Arsenault. That kid is so fast.
Something that caught my eye yesterday. To know if something was impressive, turn your head towards Cory Robichaud, because he will just he nearly fell down. He was standing up, but he nearly fell down watching Crate Zilla down at Crate with the puck, just zigzagging through people and all that. And he's just shaking his head, and he's like, that's unreal. That's just unreal. This guy's a wizard.
He's struggling some nights to put the puck in the net, just to finish, because the goalies are so friggin' good in this league. But he's deking around defensemen. The guy's got the puck glued to his stick. It's kind of ridiculous some nights.
Yeah,
the guy's so talented. Yeah, man. There's some really good players in this league. Just some phenomenal talent.
It's funny how I always compare hockey to wrestling in my fandom of it, whereas I grew up a WWF fan, and I had no clue what indie wrestling was. I didn't know there was a healthy wrestling outside of the mainstream. I'm kind of finding out that with hockey, how there's not just the NHL, there's not just the AHL. There's a healthy alternative. There's the equivalent to the indies, and that's senior hockey.
Yep, senior hockey that you can go watch. There are people from your local area, and yeah, it's a pretty great time. We have a lot of fun at it, and there's some good food at some of these rinks too, so that's nice. My mom had a rink burger in River Valley.
How did she like that?
She loved it. Yeah, she was so happy. She was like, that's so good. I'm like, yeah, it's a good burger. It was really cold in River Valley.
Oh, really? Wow, I'm not surprised.
We're jumping all over the place here, but yeah, it was super cold in River Valley. My goodness.
Your parents are so friggin' nice. I was recording yesterday, and your dad just walked up to me, and he's like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, good, you?
Yeah, my parents are awesome. It's cool that they've started to enjoy senior hockey this year, and they're starting to go to games. It's fun. So many people that we know go to games, especially in Rishabakto, because we're from there for the most part. Yeah. And it's nice to see people get on the road and see some of those familiar faces at road games.
So, Cory, I hate to do this, but we got to get into our picks.
I can tell you my picks were god dang terrible. The loonie let me down.
Not only did the loonie let you down, the loonie didn't let you win anything. You are 0-4 for this weekend.
I know.
I am only 1-3. So here is the current standings. I am now at 500. I have dropped 3. And only gained 1. So I am 25-25. Poor old Cory here, Cory Robichaud, is 22-28. Now, if my math would be correct, you would almost need a perfect next 2 weeks to just get a little bit over 500.
I can still get over 500 if I do really well in the next 2 weeks.
But will
you? No, I'm not going to. Are you crazy? I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. My God, I don't even know if I've been to any of these games. I'd have to count out how many games I've been to. It's a lot. I've been to more games than I've missed, I think, at this point in the season. But clearly I know nothing. I don't even know if I'm paying attention. I'm learning nothing. I think it speaks again to how talented the players in this league are and how even it is. Or I'm just an idiot, which is also a possibility. So I don't know. We'll see what happens this weekend. I'm not flipping the lucky loonie. I can tell you that much. You're welcome, Travis Robichaud. I don't know what I'm going to flip. Who knows? Maybe I'll let my dog pick. I'll just put A and B on 2 balls, and throw them, and whatever letter he brings back, that's what he's going to be picking. I don't know. Tune in on Thursday and you'll find out. I'm going to have to think about it for a couple days. We never did figure out what the winner of this pick'em thing wins or loses.
Well, let's decide right now. What does the winner win?
I don't know, man. It's tough. I feel like, oh man, I don't know. I'll think about it. I still don't have an answer. I'm going to keep thinking about it. I was thinking about it last night, though. I got home from the Bucktouche game, and it was, I don't know, around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I started editing some videos, and I was sitting there, and I couldn't fall asleep. So I was just editing videos, and that hit me last night. I was like, hey, what the hell does Cory win when he wins this? Because I know I ain't going to win it. I mean, it would take a bloody miracle at this point. So I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you'll get a night with me.
What's second place?
Second place is me. I am second place. I also get a night with me.
Maybe we can get one of those toy wrestling belts to proclaim me the champion.
There you go. We'll get you. Are you just saying you want me to buy you a toy wrestling belt? I'll buy you a toy wrestling belt.
Can I keep it at your place, though?
No.
We'll talk.
You've got room. I see behind you there. There's some room. You could tuck it up right behind that Intercontinental Championship.
That's a world title.
That's a world title? I thought it was the IC.
No, that's the white strap winged eagle world title that the Ultimate Warrior held.
I've been here this whole time thinking that's the white IC belt. I love the IC belt, so I don't know. It's far enough back that I can't really make it out well. So
here's the same one as this one,
except bigger.
No, they're around the same size.
Okay. Man, right on. All right. Well, again, this all makes for really good podcasting when we're showing each other wrestling belts that Cory has.
I completely forgot we were still recording.
We're still recording, man. We're going to go to my interview with Renee George after the Northman Spring Hill game. So if you haven't heard that, it's going to be coming up next. But this is the end of our episode. So thanks for being there, and we'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
Cory from the podcast. I'm here with Renee George, Spring Hill Coal Miners. You guys came into a pretty hostile Miramichi Civic Center tonight, a little short-handed, and you guys came out with a big win.
Yeah, we came in knowing it would be like this. It's one of the best rinks in Atlantic Canada, always a good crowd, and they're always hostile, but you kind of get up to play in those situations. Being short-handed, we knew we needed to put a good team effort in. And that's exactly what we did. We had Hoper stand on his head in nets. All 4D played strong on the back end, and we made sure we had a high guy all night. Just did the little things, and because of it, we were successful.
A big win. You haven't been in Spring Hill, haven't had a home game in a few weeks. If I'm a Spring Hill fan, I'm really excited for the next home game. You guys are back home next weekend?
Yeah.
What do you have to say to your fans?
You know what? I think things are turning in the right direction. We've had potential all year. It's just trying to get the whole squad out there. When we have them there, we beat Dalhousie at home with a full lineup. So I think we're looking good going forward and into playoffs. Hope the fans come out and support us. Love. That's why I play. I play for the fans in the Spring Hill community, Cumberland community that are true supporters of the hockey teams there. So I just hope that they get out and come and watch.
All right, man. We'll be there next game. We can't wait to see you. Thanks for the interview, Renee.
Thank you very much.